So after much searching, I managed to dig out Micro Machines V3. You wouldn't believe the lengths that I had to go to just get this game out, but I'm not going to go into it. Yes, the 32-bit installment of Micro Machines. There was an N64 game, Micro Machines 64. I don't know whether that is basically just an N64 port of this game, or whether it's its own complete entity, I suppose you could call it. Released in 1997, so a couple of years after the PlayStation came out, and I went on a bit of a Micro Machines buying frenzy recently. Picked up like 1 and 2. I already had Turbo Tournament 96, and then I picked up Micro Machines V3. Need to get military. I don't know whether I'm going to bother with Micro Machines 64. I suppose I'll probably get it at some point. But yeah, interesting that it had a purple screen then for the boot up. And I've never played this game before, as far as I'm aware. I never really liked the look of it, to be honest. It didn't look as good as the 16-bit games. So we've got this kind of theme park looking thing going on here. There we go, 1 player. And Spider's back. I think he was removed for one of the games, and you got a little bit of FMV there. I'm just going to keep his name. Create player record. Yeah, we'll create some. We'll memory card that shit up. I'll save Spider on there. And I've got 10 memory card blocks free. Yay! What am I doing here? Save character. Why don't you just fucking do that, you piece of shit? It's not like overly obvious whether this is actually recording. Right, so challenge is the usual one that you go for. I'm gonna go beginner. Kind of a bit of interlacing going on. I'm not sure what that's all about, whether that's an intentional effect or it's just something that the PS3's chucking out there, kind of struggling with. Right, I've got 3 lives, so I'm guessing it's kind of similar to the 16-bit games, except it's in 3D, so I have no idea what to expect now. Okay. So X to accelerate. There's no dual shock support on this game. And it plays very similar, obviously, to the 16-bit games. The handling is pretty much the same, set with kind of, I don't know, I can't make my mind up whether I like the camera view or not. Might become a pain on trickier courses, so I'll reserve judgment, but coping fine with it at the minute. The graphics aren't too bad. I mean, these PlayStation games weren't great for the 3D, to be honest. Pretty basic, a lot of warping and things like that going on. But the graphics are colourful, easy for your eyes to decipher. And we've got a tank here. I wonder whether you'll be able to shoot with it this early on in the game. Blow your wig off, bitch. Shoot your shit face. Right. It can jump as well. Oh, forgetting that I can't use the analog stick there, and accelerating straight off the damn table. And we can shoot using the R2 button, the cannon. Yeah. And everyone else seems pretty damn rubbish at racing, apart from this guy behind me now, or girl, depending on who it is. Kind of look like, these tanks look like something out of Power Rangers. Shame I never really picked this one up when I was younger, because it does seem like a pretty good game. Or I would have enjoyed this a lot. Certainly enjoyed the first game on the Mega Drive. Hammered that game to pieces. Awesome. Come on, can't be much further. Yeah, win that shit, motherfuckers. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, I mean the gameplay was what I was worried about, whether they'd kind of try and chuck some more realistic physics in with the handling. But it plays just like Micro Machines.
Let's tear it up.
Shut up! Stupid fucking bitch. Tear your fucking pussy up with my big fucking dick. Oh, forgetting about the analog stick there, it's just habit, unfortunately. The game is zipping along at quite a rate now, and well, it kind of, the graphics are hurting my eyes on this particular stage. I don't know whether it's the speed or it's the colours. And it's kind of, it's actually now kind of hard to decipher, to be honest, where I'm supposed to be going. Yeah, it's actually making my eyes are wincing playing this. Not felt my eyes bleed like this since I was sat in front of a old school TV with a Mega Drive controller in my hand, having my eyeballs seared, burning my retinas. So we'll have to play that one again because we've lost a life, although I can't see me actually completing this level because it is painful. My eyes are hurting. Like literally, you can't get it across how garish and vulgar and just unfathomable the colours and graphics are on this particular level. The level's pretty challenging as well for the the third stage in. And I don't like the camera view on this particular. The camera is now an issue. It wasn't on the slower stages, but the camera is now in the way. Well, not in the way, just impeding me, should I say. So definitely a game that requires memorization, like the earlier 16-bit games. Getting a bit sexy there on the corner and coming unstuck. And I've lost again, so one more try at this challenge mode and then I'm going to give up because the game is literally painful on the eyes. Not because of the actual not because the actual graphics are bad, just the colours are just horrendous. Probably have to like play it in black and white or something for it to not hurt your eyes. one last attempt at this motherfucker. Try and sort of keep in with the pack. It's kind of difficult. I mean, it's like all the computer. Oh, pardon me, that was a big fart. It's kind of like the computer has a completely different physics handling mechanic, and I'm all over the place, and the computer's just like cruising around on autopilot, not giving a shit. Fourth place, so improving slightly, but still not there, and I'm guessing that you have to be like within the top 3 to actually progress. So yeah, Micro Machines V3 starts off quite promising, but it's like literally painful to play this game nowadays. It hurts your eyeballs, the colour palette, and when the game starts to zip along. And the kind of dynamic camera doesn't help, because when you get further down the bottom of the playing field, or the kind of like the screen, it zooms in, and that makes the game harder because you've got less of a view of where you're going, basically. So yeah, certainly not a bad game, but certainly I can see why it wasn't quite as well received as the 16-bit games.